Thank you very much. That's carried. Okay, so before I hand, it's going to be a long day, so before I hand over to staff, I'm going to remind us all about the importance of making a decision today. We'll outline how we'll consider a report. As we know, this is a complex matter, and we have spent a very long time, us and staff, the whole outfit has been a long time to get to this point. We've been reminded many times that when we debate and make decisions, the only things we can think about or talk about are the IHP recommendation reports, the IHP minutes and the directions after those reports and submissions, or other evidence that the IHP had before IHP issued its recommendation reports, and we need to make a decision on anything related to either accepting or rejecting every recommendation from the IHP. The report that we're considering today asks us to decide on parts of the IHP reports that we need to issue decisions on in December this year. We do not have the option of deciding on their recommendations. Rejecting the IHP recommendations and not making an alternative recommendation to the Minister will get us nowhere. So when we consider the report, we will be taking the recommendation in sections. After each section, we'll vote on the recommendations for that section. The Deputy Mayor and I will move to second the IHP recommendations. This includes the officer alternative recommendations. There are some councillor alternative recommendations that have been put forward by councillors. When we reach these alternatives, the councillor who has proposed the alternative will move their recommendation. The Deputy Mayor and I will then foreshadow the IHP recommendation to ensure that a decision will be reached, whatever the decision may be. Now, we've got a little bit on declarations of interest. As advised, Councillors Donovan and Goff have declared an interest in item 5, the PC14 decision report. I am aware that Councillor Peters has also received advice that he has conflict of roles, which means it is more likely than not that a fair-minded observer would perceive Councillor Peters has a conflict of interest because of his position as a trustee of the Riccarton House Bush Trust. Under Council standing orders, if Councillor Peters elects not to follow the advice, that is a matter for him. I'll now ask Councillor Peters to address the meeting and explain why he has decided to participate. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The reason that I am not going to fully accept that advice is that, yes, I'm a trustee of the Riccarton Bush Trust, and I am fully prepared to stand aside from the Riccarton Bush interface qualifying matter decision. I don't believe that I am conflicted on any other matter in the fact that I kept myself entirely clean of the Riccarton Bush Trust's submission, had no involvement in that at any stage, and had no knowledge of anything that they were presenting to the IHP. So therefore, I don't feel I am conflicted on anything other than that Bush interface. Mm-hmm. And today is the day that Hornby elected me to be here to represent them and their interests in this very large piece of work that we're considering today. So thank you for the advice, and I respectfully disagree for other than the Riccarton Bush interface. Thank you.
Okay, suspension of standing orders. So to start us off, and to help us through this, I'll move, and Deputy Mayor Cotter will second, the motion to suspend standing orders sections 17.5, 18.1, 18.8, 18.9 and 19.5. So I'll move to have standing orders suspended. We've already, All those in favour? Against? Thank you, that is very much carried. And now we'll hand over to staff to provide an update and remind us of any legal guidance. Welcome to staff.